This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing here is financial advice or a recommendation to buy or sell securities. Trading involves risk. Consult with a licensed financial advisor or tax professional before making decisions.
At this time, I'm going to ask you to fasten your seatbelts.
Thank you for your time, your trust, and your support. Now let's get right to it. Good afternoon, my fellow retail traders. I'm your humble host, Bear Tamer, and I am live and direct. It is Friday, July 3rd, guys. Unfortunately, the market is closed, which, for us day trading addicts, it could be a little tough, but it's all good, guys. We all need the rest, physically, mentally, more specifically. So it was nice just to, not have to wake up early, although I did by default. But with all that being said, guys, just wanted to do a quick live, as our community has been growing and growing and growing. I really wanted to come in outside of streaming hours, nothing to do with trading, and just really talk. Well, we will talk about trading, but I just wanted to come in and just give you guys a thank you, guys, and just welcome you to the stream. I felt this would be a great opportunity to get to introduce myself to anyone that is new to the community, anyone wanting to know what I'm about, what the community is about, and all that good stuff, guys. So at least for the first 10 minutes, just kind of wait for people to come in, chime in, drop some comments. Again, just want to welcome you guys to the stream. My muffled voice. Not the muffled voice. Good morning, William, or good afternoon, William. I'm so used to saying good morning. Am I still bad, William? William is going to be the audio guy for the stream. Let me know, William. I want to make sure at least, I'm communicating clearly and all that good stuff. Well, let me check. Better. The intro voice was clean. The intro, if you're referring to the disclaimer, that's already pre-recorded. So, but I just want to make sure I sound okay now. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone from all over the world. Just really wanted to come in, jump on live, and just introduce myself to anyone new to the community. Get to know you guys better. Welcome to the community. Thank you for your trust and support. Really appreciate you guys coming in. So I see we have a few people in the room. Just kind of want to know, where's everyone from? Obviously, I'm from New York. I'm a New York guy. Thank you, William. I appreciate you. I am a New York guy. This is the formal meet and greet for the team. The formal meet and greet, guys. At least for the first 10 minutes, kind of wait for people to jump in here. If you are in here and you are watching, guys, feel free to just, small introduction. Nothing crazy, guys. Not an interview. Just kind of want to know where everyone is from. How you guys did this week for trading. Was it a good week? Was it a bad week? Just stand by and just look for a few comments. It feels really strange to not be trading on a weekday, but it is what it is. We have Crestline, born and raised in Southern California, moved to Arkansas to escape the madness. Wanted a little bit more quiet. I could understand. Being from New York, um, yeah, it's cool. The city that never sleeps. I guess when you're like younger, you're looking for the night scene. You're like nonstop. But as you get older, you want a little bit of relaxation. So I definitely understand that for sure. William, Georgia to Nashville to Arizona presently. Wow. See, I need to be like you guys. Maybe I need to shift somewhere. And William Crestline, thank you. Oh, you were born in Chicago? Wow. So you've been around. Different, yeah. These places are they seem very different from one another. So you're also from a big, busy city as well. So yeah, maybe I need to make that transition to somewhere a little bit more, um, you know, somewhere a little bit more peaceful. Hold on, let's see here. So how was your trading week, guys? Good, bad? All right, sorry about that. I was working on a quick setting. Right. All right. So again, just want to know where everyone is tuning in from and how is your trading week? Let's see. You said I would miss. Haven't made it to the Big Apple yet. Don't come, William. Everything, as you guys know, in these cities, New York has always been one of the most expensive cities, but it's just gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. So nice, super nice, Peaky. Yes, yes. Listening from work. Borrowed Leo's mop yesterday on LGCL. Got out the pop at 187, $800 green. Got two scalps, FXA show last night. Nice, 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 nice. Ended the day strong. I know we had a sort of a crazy morning full of hypeness, excitement, and then yeah, LGCL definitely kind of got everyone back on their toes. But um, I know not everyone made it out okay, but again, it's nice to see that you applied that strategy, was able to come out profitable on something that turned out to be what I'd like to call falling to the abyss. Um, you said I would love California. It's beautiful. I know I've been to California. Where the hell was I? It's not West End. Where was I? I was basically, what is it? Westport, West End, West. I was basically next to Westwood. I think it's Westwood, right? That's what's next to Beverly Hills and like right near Century City Mall. If you guys are familiar with what I'm referencing. But I was basically staying by the Century City Mall. That's like one of the things that I remember the most. Beautiful outdoor mall, um, beautiful. My goodness. But I was also hanging around Beverly Hills, kind of going around. The weather is always nice, of course. I think it was Westwood. I was staying at the Paloma, and the streets are massive. The highways over there, like, geez. Let me see. Georgia, hot as Hades today. Oh, you're from Georgia? Yeah, man. Listen, man. They talking about 100, 102 degrees. I'm like, I'm on the inside. My wife was like, oh, yeah, me and the kids were going to the pool. You want to join us? I was like, I'll join you when the sun starts coming down. Oh, we put up the canopy. And I'm like, I don't care. I'm not a heat guy. I don't know. I don't mind the heat, but I'm not gonna hang out in the heat. Like I gotta have central air, something near me. I'll go out and enjoy the day, but again, temporarily. I'm not gonna. I felt like doing a little barbecue today, or at least for tomorrow for July 4th, but I was like, I don't know if I want to stand in the heat and grill. I don't know. It depends. We'll see. But it's definitely hot around the globe. Barely got a chance living out of a suitcase. DGNX good, cussed, no, not so. No, so. That's hilarious. Ugh. Liz, what's going on, Liz? What? A rotisserie kit? It's hot. Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, you guys, my daughter's having the time, but she's in the water. So maybe I might go, and it was like 10 in the morning. She's like, let's go to the pool. I'm like, girl, let me wipe the crust out of my eyes. She's four, so she's super excited to be in the pool. My oldest, she's like, I'll join later. I'm like, yeah, same. It is July, guys. Happy July 4th. Tomorrow we'll be doing our regular members weekend recap. So I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Um, so unless we just make this the weekend recap, I don't know. Do you guys have plans for July 4th? If not, all good. I know I'll probably end up barbecuing. I will probably end up barbecuing. Most likely. realized I had like the wrong banner up. I'm like, it is not. This stream is public and live. Again, just want to tuning in, guys. You know, where are you guys from? How was your week last week? Yeah, I know. I'm all in your business. I know. I know. I know. I'm from New York, and for me, last week ended my week green, which is always nice to do. But I would say, and I had mentioned this even last week, but this week again, doing a little bit of over trading, trading a little bit too much. Um, so, like, although I ended green, I gave back a considerable amount as well. So, yes, when you're on fire, you're on fire. But then that's the thing. It's like, slow down now. So, yes, it's still a green week, but nonetheless, I wish I would have traded a little less so I wouldn't have given back as much. But nonetheless, it was a good week. There's nothing to really, um, but I am thinking about that money that left. So, overall, nice. Shorter week, obviously. I even forgot that today the market would be closed. So, yesterday, obviously, Thursday was moving like a Friday. However, the market really picked up in after hours towards the end of the day. Can we talk about CLRO? What a comeback off of that private placement news, I believe. Um, so there was some decent moments in the market, and obviously after hours had like two or three solid plays. As Peaky mentioned, FXHO. Um, what was the other one? The let's see. Mm, too many tickers to remember, guys. Too many to the point where it's like brain scramble. So yeah, ZCMD, FXHO. I feel like those were like the two. I think there was one more, but like that play quickly died out. Press lines for Crescent Lake in Gregory in Southern California. By the way, I used to be a window contractor in the past life. Oh, that's nice. It's funny down here. That's so funny. Earlier, I was looking around down here. I was like, I want to get some windows because it's for those that know, I turned the entire garage into um, home gym slash office, which now office is my live studio. So this is where I do all my trading from, where I come and talk to you guys, hang out. As you can see, I'm in my studio. Trust me, my wife would not let me put these murals up in our home space. So this is like my little getaway. But I was thinking about, I was like, there's no windows down here, right? So like, I like a little natural sunlight. So that's funny that you mentioned that. How much would that run me, Crestline? Or is that like two different things? Because I know that I was reading it's two different things. I'd have to have like a construction company or something like that come and actually put the hole in the wall, and then I would have to hire a windows, because you can't hire the window company to do that. So I don't know. My bad, in and out. I had a strange week, to be honest, but it's my fault. I overtraded. I need to set a cutoff time. Yeah, same thing with me. Same thing with me. I need to. I mean, I've always had that problem. That's sort of something that I've always communicated, guys. Like the in and out, in and out, in and out. It's good when you're on fire, but it's like at some point we have to be content. And the thing is, I know on a daily basis, for those that are watching that are not members, these are members that I'm actually speaking to now. You'll notice the symbols by their names. Those are members, okay? Um, but as you guys know, like, because I think what it is because we have so many opportunities. Like when we're looking at all these tickers, right? And then when we end up with the 15 tickers, it's like, okay, we got this one. Then there's another one. Then there's another one. Then there's another one. And then when I go off camera, if more news drops, the squawk is going to go ahead and drop that. And then guess what? That's another opportunity, another opportunity, another. So it's almost like, I guess what my struggle was my struggle is, it's still a struggle for me. It's really like turn off, but do I really want to? Because there might be a new opportunity, or something might be recovering, or something might still be on this move to the upside. So it's like being able to mentally ignore it. So I'm much better with it now in my life, but I still, I would be lying to you if I didn't say, hey guys, when I leave to go and take my lunch break or go and, maybe I'm done trading for the day. Trust me, I'm upstairs like, what's going on? And then I constantly hear the squawk, momentum alert, alert number one, alert number four. And I'm like, what's going on? So then it makes me want to come back. But I think that's something for every trader. Just because we're good doesn't mean trade all day. I end up mentally exhausted sometimes. It doesn't matter if I'm 10 for 10. Sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm tired of having to think, watch charts. Same thinking that is maybe lunchtime low and listen to the stock in there just in case a banger shows up. You'd have to cut a new opening. Okay, so I'd have to cut the opening and then call. Okay. I'm definitely not going to cut the opening. Not myself anyway. I'll call the professionals. Yeah, Liz, FXHO was crazy. It was definitely crazy. Turn the headphones off. Yeah, I'd go upstairs and have the stream, even though like I'm not. So for those that don't know, when I walk away from the stream, I turn on squawk alerts and provide transcripts and all that good stuff. And speaking of that, guys, actually for as I was telling you guys, shareholders, which are the members, I was telling you guys that I've been trying my best. I'm working on some things to try to bring value back to the community, back to you guys, especially the members, because you're actually taking the extra step and investing your hard-earned cash into the platform. But just in general, everyone that has subscribed, everyone that has commented, everyone that has liked these videos, these live streams, to the community on Webull, where we're 4,000 deep there. On StockTwits, we're at 2,200, I believe. And then, of course, on YouTube, guys, I believe we just surpassed 35,000 subscribers. So we're growing really fast, and I thank you guys. And I am working behind the scenes to bring as much value. I try to give as much free content as possible, but I don't want to dilute my shareholders too much, which are our members. Okay, I've delivered a ton of free content. Every Friday is a free live stream, so feel free to check us out. But any replays, things like that, those are for members only. But another thing that I'm excited to announce officially, since I'm here and I keep talking about when I'm off screen, is one of the tools that I've been using, which is TrendVision. So I've sort of partnered up with them, and I am an official. How do I put this one? Not partners. We don't want to say partners, but no, let me stop. But we do have a partnership here, and I really wanted to share what tools that I use, because a lot of traders always ask me, like, what am I using? What makes me efficient? And one of the tools that I've really been using a lot is TrendVision now. Just kind of going through what they offer. So if anyone's ever wondered where those squawk alerts come from, which I always leave it visible anyway, but if you're wondering where they come from, the transcripts, all that stuff, it is TrendVision. So I do have an official code, okay, for my community, where you guys will save 20% off your first 2 months. You can go ahead and wrong hand. You can go ahead and scan the QR code. Okay, I know it looks, I'm on two different lives. One is a shorts live, and one is the widescreen. But you will see it, the QR code on my screen. It's also pinned to the live chat. Okay, so you can click on that link and save 20% off TrendVision, okay, for the first 2 months. All right, just again, I'm constantly looking for ways to give back to the community, and just want to leverage what I can to get you guys the best things, guys. But TrendVision, what I will say about it, right, outside of that, what I really use it for, like the one thing that I really love about it, it gets me to information quicker. right? Which I can probably show you guys in a second. Um, like basically, it gets me like if I want to know the cost of borrow, short interest, how many shares is available, institutional ownership, insider ownership, all of these things. And it also directly links me to the SEC. I can look at financials. I can look at all of that information, guys. So that is what I've been using to get to the information faster. The faster I am, the faster I can deliver to the team. So if you guys are interested in a tool like that, by all means, TrendVision is the way to go, guys. It's super efficient. Much better than me going to separate websites, right? Having to go to the SEC, then having to run there, and then having to run there and there to gather all that information. It's all in one place. Okay. And if you guys want me to show you how it looks, I can show you how it looks. Okay. Um, Good afternoon to everyone. Let me see. Rocker, what's going on? Good afternoon. Everyone who caught WTO yesterday after hours, it ran from around 7 to 28. Huge move. Listen, I didn't even know that. I turned it off. I like after a while, I'm just like, I turned the stream off. So absolutely not. But WTO was something that we traded a long time ago when they went crazy the first time. But wow, is it WTO? I'm popping that in. Hold on. Why didn't it show up? WTO. Did they change their ticker? I'm putting in WTO, but I don't really see. I know I didn't catch it. I wasn't trading at all. I wasn't paying attention to none of it. Yeah, that's why I was like, huh? I don't even see WTO popping up on on Weeble anyway. What happened to that ticker? Did they change the ticker name? Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, FXHO definitely. I was like WTO. Look, Rocker's still celebrating off of those wins yesterday. Probably a little tipsy. Rocker, how was your trading week in general? And where are you reporting from, Rocker? Where are you from? New York, Chicago. Well, we got California in here. We got New York in here. We got Chicago. Oh, WTO changed into FXHO. Okay. I was like, what the? That makes sense though. So everyone is right. That makes sense. Right, Liz. I'm like, yeah, no, it makes sense now. Liz, what city you report? I guess what city are you from? We got Chicago in the building. We have New York. We have California. We have Georgia. I'm like states. State is safer. Jersey, I believe green. Go birds. So you're originally from Philly? I wonder, like, what do we claim? Where we were born, or like the city we grew up in, or where we've moved to? And I guess, yeah, that's real tough. And I'm between New York and New Jersey, so I'm right there with you. Is I'm back and forth. They're so close. Trying to Minnesota. Okay, okay. Oh, copy that. We got Minnesota. We got Texas. Yeah. I know I'm on the Eastern Standard Time, so I know that might be different for people in different states. which can kind of suck because I know like California is what 3 hours behind me. So and I'm starting at 6. That means you're starting at 3. But that's just the way of the market. That's not a bear tamer thing. It's just how the market works. And if you're trading from 4 in the morning, that means you guys are like up at 1 in the morning trading. So it's like almost like an overnight job. You want to know what's funny? I like that. Like, because you could have like a full time, regular daytime job and then like shift to trading like super late at night or early in the morning before having to go to work. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, Miami. Okay. Liz, I'm crying. You want to know what's funny, Liz? I was over there. I know a photographer. He's gonna kill me if I don't get his thing right. JBSM for no, he's gonna kill. No, no, no. Let me get the proper. But I know a photographer over there, and I wanted to get some family pictures done, and that's where his studio is. JBMS. Is it JBMS? It's important for me to get that right. Yep, yep, yep. Found it. That's funny. Yeah, JBMS1 photography. So yeah, yeah. I even. So yeah, Liz, I drove over there, girl. Let me tell you something. The doors were open while I was driving. Lock. I was like, whoa, what's going on? But it's not all like that because by the time I got to him, it was like, okay, cool. I mean, I think every city has their spots. I'll put it that way. But definitely, when I was driving through, listen, I'm from Brooklyn, so when I see it, I know it. I'm like, yeah, let's lock these doors at these red lights. Let's roll the windows up a bit. But other than that, you know, yeah. But yeah, JBMS1 photography. So I had to go over there. His name is John Staples. Um, and I still have not went to go get the pictures done. But yeah, went over there a while back. So I do want to go back over there because he does a really, really, really good job. So I want to get that done, get that family portrait done, put that in the house. Chill on my city bear. Nah, listen. Every spot has their spots. It's not everywhere is not all bad, but yeah, no, I understood that. I said I'm not that young guy anymore. Had to put on my civilian security gear, lock the doors. So in general, so who else we got in the building? Look, Shiki, how was your trading week this week? Rocker, how was your trading week? Trotter, how was your trading week? How was the trading week? Just kind of want to tap in, see how everyone did. It could be as simple as I had a green week, I had a red week. For me, it was green. Again, I'm from New York, everyone, but had a green week, but I did give back a decent amount of profit simply because I don't know, just be over trading. That's as simple as that. It doesn't matter if I'm like 15 for 20 on those five. If they're taking back a decent chunk, then you know. So overall was okay. It was okay. Green is green. Not going to complain. But I do wish I didn't give that money back. Give it back. Don't worry. We'll make it back next week. But For me, yeah, definitely no more over trading. I think, you know, 10 may have to be the max for me. If anything, like five, honestly, 5 to 10, call it a day. Copy wasn't too bad. Green for the week. Did give back some small account here. Copy that, Trotter. Don't worry, small account is small. Don't even talk about your account like that. Your account is a big dog account. Manifest it. Big dog account. It will grow, guys. I used to be impatient like that as a trader, like where I'm like, hurry up. But I'm telling you, 400 there, 500 there, 1,000 there, 300 there, 200. Before you know, and don't touch the money, right? Don't take out money to do anything. Just leave it in there, guys. And you'll see, like after a good 6 months, you're going to be like, whoa, hold on. And, if you're trading every day, if you can pull in every day, 200-300 bucks, and you guys, that, to be honest, I'm going to say that part is super easy. The opportunity aspect, we get those every day. We get 10, 15, 20 plays a day, guys. So the opportunity is easy to come by, right? But it all depends on our execution and our discipline. So I'm manifesting a big fat account for you, Trotter, and for everyone else on this platform. It will get there. Trust me. You guys will see. Did better than me, huh? Rocker. It was a green week for me. Took a few good trades, locked in profits, and stayed disciplined. Well done. Better than me. I mean, it's not like I gave back 100%, so I don't want to exaggerate, but I still don't like that I gave back as much as I did. Because you never know when we come up on those slow trading weeks and there's not much out there, and it's like you got to get in, get out, take what you can. You're gonna miss those profits. Like, damn. That's why when it's a hot week and you're bringing in fat income from your trading, that's where you need to be disciplined the most. Yes, keep shooting your shot, make the money, but don't get crazy, because on those slower weeks, that's where that difference makes sense. Like, it's like, oh, you know what? I didn't make as much as last week, but because I made so much last week, it kind of, spreads out evenly. I try my best to, you know what? This is July. It's a new month, new us. I think I'm going to stick with the 10 trades a day, get my daily goal. If I get anything on top, maybe risk 10, 20% of the extra. Oh, not my daily goal, whatever extra. And if I lose that, wrap it up. Okay. Because I think what my issue is I'm hitting my daily goals, I'm bringing in the daily goal, but in the cushions that I'm getting, I'm like kind of giving back more. I'd like to stick to 10%. I think this week I gave back like 36%. I didn't even notice it until I looked this morning, since I had nothing else to do. There was no trading. So I was like, oh, holy crap. Let me see. We could have been better. Light green did some shorting Thursday, which was new. 5 for 5 shorting. Maybe I'll do more. I don't know. Yeah, I saw you shorting. Yeah, I saw you in the chat. By the time I got back to the chat, and then I started dropping a bunch of info. Hopefully, Samurai sees all those messages. But I appreciate you guys as a community really holding each other down and trying to support each other. I think that's probably, if outside of the alerting and outside of the opportunities to make money, that to me means everything, right? Like just kind of coming through the feed and just looking at everyone helping. So, and I know it takes time and energy, and you're probably doing your own trading, but you guys still take care of each other. So I think that's pretty dope. But yeah, I saw you shorting, my friend, and the one that I saw that I was like, wow, he really nailed it. I forgot what it's, something that you shorted at like around $9 and closed at 7. I forgot what the ticker was though. But I was like, Crestline is slowly creeping into the dark side. I was like, he's going. But listen, here's the thing: like as traders, guess what? Everyone has unlimited day trading now. So as long as you have $2,000 in your account, you can short stocks. So guess what? Thursday or like, well, we're gonna call it Friday, but on Fridays when the market is slow and it's tough and things are falling, you don't have to watch something fall for 40 minutes and wait for your opportunity. You can just short it and make money on the way down until it's time to rise, and then you cover by buying those shares back, and then you buy new shares as for the rise, and then you sell at the top. So that's something too that I'm a bull trader. It's not natural for me to short, but I won't lie. I do leave a lot of money on the table, by not shorting. So I think what the market has become is like bulls versus bears, and I understand that. Like there's people that just want to buy. I'm a person that just buys, and there's people that just want to short, right? But I think you can do both. I don't, we don't have to be sworn enemies. It doesn't have to be like that. Liz, I took a decent loss a couple weeks ago. Decided to tell my hubby he supported me in such a dope way. It motivated me to get my shit together. I took a decent loss a couple weeks ago. Yeah, yeah, man. That and give him his flowers some more. Give him some more flowers because it's one thing when you're just trading for yourself, like you're just by yourself, no family, no nothing. But like when you have a family and you're using family income, because when I started trading, like that was me and my wife's savings that I was, we put together, we were building, and I was like, oh, let me go into trading. So trust me, when you take those big losses and you go have a conversation, and that's one of the things that I love about my wife, and I love that your husband was supportive there, because she could have easily been like, hey, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but no more. Like, hell no, we have goals. We can't be like, she didn't do that. Like, she just believed in me, gave me some words of encouragement, told me it was okay. And then that's what kind of prompted me to go and see what I did and, fix it fast, right? Because I don't want to keep, everyone has their limits. Maybe she was okay that year, not like maybe not 6 years in a row. Right. So, like, again, my first year, like 10, 11, well, 11 years ago, I keep forgetting it's 2026. But, that first year was rough. So it was really good to have a partner that was just supportive, because this is tough. Trust me, those emotions. Listen, so it's you. The whole monitor. He's walking by to tell you, hey, locking those profits. That's good though. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's why listen. That's why I'm on the stream constantly, locking your gains, guys. Don't worry about what other traders are doing, what they're saying on social media. I don't care if I'm excited. I don't care if I'm your host and I'm excited. You collect when you're happy. If I say I want to hold, let that be my business. We're already up 80%. If you want to collect, collect. Like we have to trade for ourselves. Yes, we're a community. We support each other. We love each other. But it's not like we put all of our money in one big pool and it's one person controlling the trade, right? Like everyone has their trades and they're trading different stocks. So always do what's best for you. Always. I will not be mad at you if you sell early on me. I don't care. Now, if you want to hold longer than me, I don't care. Just, you know what I'm going to say, right? Just make sure you protect those gains. That's all. We have to do what's best for ourselves when it comes to trading. So, Ba-dum-bum-bum. I'm looking forward to next week for sure. I guess we'll just hang out here for the stream. You guys enjoy your July 4th, your July 4th barbecues and all that good stuff. Oh, but actually, let me pivot. I just said I would show you guys TrendVision is a trading tool. So again, if you guys are interested in using TrendVision, you can scan the QR code, or the link is right there in the live chat. It's already pinned. Okay, so you guys can just click on that. You will save 20% off your first 2 months. Okay, so if you're gonna get the tool, at least get the discount, right? Utilize me in that way. Yes, I will receive compensation for that, but it costs you nothing, guys. All right, but like I told you guys, I'm working on things in the shadows to bring more value to this community. So hopefully that's something that you guys are interested in. But I want to quickly show you what tools I use specifically, for those that are not familiar with it. And then I'm going to, I'm going to switch over to my trading desk. 1 second. Bear with me, team. I'm going to go ahead and, oh, and Liz, Liz, the inspiration. Hold on. Let me move this over. All right. I'll do this. Let's do this. Let's try to open it on the board. All right, you guys are with me? You can see. All right. Hold on. If you're on the YouTube live short, I know it'll look a little weird, but I'm gonna move the camera for you guys in a second. I just want to need to get my life in order. That's what I need to do. All right, let's do this. So again, I'm sharing one of my tools, one of my little secrets. I've been using it for months now. I really wanted to test it out, see if it's something that'll actually bring value. And certain tools that they have, specifically gives me an edge. And if I have an edge, that means the team has an edge. But as you guys also know, I'm not a gatekeeper of information, so I'm going to show you exactly, if I can find it. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to share this screen in a moment. Just so you guys all can see. Now, if you're on a short video and you cannot see the shared screen properly, just switch over to my other live feed. They're both on my YouTube channels right now. But I have finished updating Liz Inspiration. Hello, Liz. Liz. So yes, I do still have this that I use here, right? As one of my monitors, but now multi setup. Got the personal fan underneath to keep me good to go. My short-term update, the full-term update, I will have probably massive monitors mounted to this wall up here. Okay, going across, you guys get to see my little studio space. Okay. But this is the new setup. So when you guys see me turning sideways like that, that's because I'm locked into these screens. Okay, and I'm gathering as much information as possible for you guys. So, oh my God. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. But eventually, yes, I'm gonna mount massive screens on these walls, and they will be my guide. But the reason why I got this particular setup as a whole is because I can travel with this, right? So I was like, oh, let me come and do this, because again, I told you guys I'm planning on taking vacation after the celebration pass expires. So maybe not that week, maybe from that Friday I'll fly out. But I get to take this with me. So theoretically, I can still host a stream. My wife is probably going to kill me if I try, but at least I can still manage the stream. So as I'm, even if I'm not there and I'm on vacation, you guys will still have swap alerts, transcripts, all of that stuff. You still will have an alerting system here. I know it's not as efficient as me. It's not as handsome as me, but with everything that we learn on the platform, guys, we're more than capable of just knocking trades out. So Yes, I have a travel setup and still in the box. Yeah. Yeah. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this would be cool to travel with. So right now I'm using it temporarily here, but eventually in here it's gonna look like, I don't know. It's gonna look like the Bat Cave, as I like to put it. But anyway, I'm gonna share. Let me share the screen. You guys will let me know how that looks. I'm gonna take myself off screen as well, so that way you're getting the maximum screen. I'm gonna take off the comments. Actually, it's not really in the way. So one of the things that I love about TrendVision, right? Again, you guys know me. I'm someone that's really big on. I'm like, guys, we want to do our due diligence. We want information. We want to be able to research stuff. And this tool here that I use, which is basically called Use Commands, and it's within TrendVision. Okay, it's within TrendVision, and it is on Discord. So when you go in there, you go to the Use Command. So like, let's say if someone goes, "Hey Bear, what's the what's the short interest on what was that thing that was just running? What was it? FXHO, I think. Right? I would just come here. I just put in dot info FX. Oh, 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 learn how to spell. Learn how to spell. Okay, I got it. FXHO, and I would just hit enter. And then when I do that, all this information comes up. Now, unfortunately, they just did a name change. They did a whole bunch of stuff, so they're probably not going to have that much data on them. So I'll do something. Let's look up, I don't know, CWD. That was another one that I remember. I want something that's already established so I can show you a full example. Okay, perfect. Right, so immediately it comes up, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You guys can see everything clearly. Actually, I'll do this too. Let me, with my banners. Let's take that down. I want to make sure you guys have a full screen. Perfect. Come back to chat. Just want to confirm you guys. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Liz. All right, so the minute I do that, guys, I no longer have to, because I used to go to like multiple places, right? I always had multiple sources, Finviz, Benzinga, who else? Vortex, a whole bunch of interactive brokers. There's so many places where you can get the information, but it's always like pieces of the pie, right? So for me, I'm like, hey, I need something that I can find everything in one spot, right? Oh, it would be so nice to have that. So when I came across the TrendVision, I wasn't even looking at it for this feature. I was looking for something to provide a quality swaps and stuff like that, which again is within TrendVision. But this is the tool, guys. I don't care about swap alerts too much when I'm trading. That's more when I'm off camera, but it is an excellent tool to have, though. This is, for me, the most valuable thing. This is what makes me faster, right? I have my ticker, the country that it's from, even. So, for those that don't like China or Israel stocks, there you go. Once you see that, you can choose to avoid it if you want. Here you have the company's name, you have the market cap, the float. It'll tell you the last time the company did a reverse split, right? So it did a 1 for 20 a year ago. All this information is just right here, guys. So it's less places I have to go and look. It'll show you the current price as of the closing price, right? So it doesn't like update with real time. It'll show you what the closing price is. Or if you're doing this during market hours, it will pull the current price in the moment, but you just have to refresh it. Okay, shows insiders own 6.3%, institution own 2.3%, shorts available 300,000 shares. Then you have your cost to borrow 5.89%. You have your short interest, which is 20%. Well, 20.32%. So again, a lot of the information that I would look for in a stock, really quick, guys. TrendVision is checking all those boxes for me. So that is what I'll be using moving forward, right? And I've been testing it out for quite some time because, again, when you have a system in place, you want to make sure that if you're going to change it, it makes sense. So TrendVision is going to replace a lot of the tools that I used to use, like a bunch of things that I was subscribed to. I'm probably going to unsubscribe because I have a majority of what I need right here in TrendVision. So again, I'm getting the market cap, I'm getting the float, I'm getting the last time they did a reverse split, I'm getting the price, I'm getting what insiders own, what institutions own, I'm getting what's available to short, okay? I'm getting the cost to borrow, and I'm getting the short interest, okay? And then I also get to see the latest filings, okay? So you guys know I love the SEC, right? So it'll show me the latest filings the company has had, and then you can see the latest filings are Form 4s, right? And then it'll also show me the latest news, okay? So it doesn't update as quickly, but just about when everyone else gets the news, this will be updated as well. So if you're a little late to the party and you want to look it all up, all of this will be here for you as well. So you see what the latest news is, what their latest SEC filings are, and then as you can see here, there's these 4 tabs right below. You have your news tab, your short tab, your SEC tab, my favorite, and your financial tab, okay? Yes, Crestline, yep, I agree. So with this, if I hit the news tab, for example, it'll open up the next window. Still, your information is still here, but it'll just open this window below here. It'll show all the recent news, including the one from, the one that you're looking at in the moment. So you'll see their news chain, which is something that I really like. It comes in handy. Now me, I'm more of the in the moment, so I'll probably look at the most recent. But if it's something where it's like, oh, they canceled an offering, then this would be a good way to kind of track if it's recent enough to say, okay, they dropped an offering on this date. But again, this shows the news history, which is nice. Now, when you click the short tab, I like to do this throughout the trading session because it'll constantly update, right? So it opens up a new window, and again, it's just underneath it. So you still have your main ticker information. Scroll down, that's the news one that I just clicked, but here's the short information. So it'll constantly update and let me know how many shares is available and what the cost to borrow is on the side, okay? So you see here, it says today at 2:18. Now, if I do this an hour later, it's going to be the same thing, guys, because the market is closed. So it's not like the cost of borrow is being affected by anything, okay? So again, just faster ways to pull this data so you don't have to do it yourself. Now, financials, this is also a nice tool to have. You can go all up in their business, right? Their financial data, total assets, they have 179 million, total liabilities, 140 million, and then total debt, 122 million. Okay, so cash on hand, 931,000. Their revenue is 4.3 million, gross profit 4.3 million. So their net income is minus 3.6 million. Okay, as of today. So again, if you want that quick information, this is where I like to pull it from. Now I'm gonna save the best for last because I'm just a nerd. You guys know I love the SEC. So when you click on that SEC button and you go down, it's gonna show you a bunch of filings, okay? So again, it'll show you the latest filings that they had, and they break it down into categories. So latest, news and merger, financials, you have your proxies, your ownership, and then you have your dilutions, okay? So this one, when everyone, hey, is there any dilution on the play? Like, what did they do? Yada, yada, yada. Look, everything is here. And they'll show like the last 5 that they did. Okay, so if you notice that's the theme, the last 5. All right, so when you guys ask me if there's any dilution, now, yes, I used to go to the SEC, I would just look it up, but here it just gives me the last 5. And guess what, guys? If I want to look at it, I can click on it, It's going to ask me if I want to visit the site. Sure. Guess where it takes me? To sec.gov. Right to the filing, just so I can see everything, guys. So when I tell you this thing has made me incredibly, listen, I thought I was efficient before, and I was. But let me tell you something. I've been playing around with this thing for a few weeks, okay, and it gets me my information faster, okay. I've been testing it versus my old, and for the most part, this is way faster, okay. There's something else that I typically like, but this platform has nothing to do with that. So, but with all that being said, guys, look, quickly get to that 424B. Hey, is this thing active? Is it not active? It is clearly active for 2.1 million shares. So I get all that information very quickly. Okay, and if you're on your mobile device, guys, don't worry about it. It'll still bring it up for you just in the same way, obviously a different layout, but all of this for me is gold. Okay, so I'll see, like, for example, I'll go, hey guys, I see they filed an S3 3 months ago. I'll scroll, and this is how I always, when I come to the SEC, you see that red line that it's probably too small for you guys to read it unless I zoom in. But this is basically saying, like, this is not finalized yet, it's not completed. Yes, they did file it, but it's not in effect. Okay, so when people are screaming out, oh, dilution, yeah, they registered it, but it's not in effect. So there is no current dilution. And they can change it or cancel it. And that's why they have to legally put that red message there. Okay. So you want to wait for like an effect, a form effect, or you want to wait for like one of those 424B5s, which is right here. So again, they did the S3 3 months ago, and then 2 months ago, the 424B4 came out. Is that a B4 or B5? And it's for the same exact amount of shares, guys. Okay, and that's how I know, like, okay, that is now in effect. All right, so it's just faster. Okay, rather than me typing in sec.gov, get to the search bar, type in CWD, wait for that to load up, and then get to the document, it's just right there. Okay, so for me, guys, I've been privately testing it for quite some time. Okay, I want to say maybe a month and a half, or something like that. And I remember Samurai asking me yesterday, like, hey, what's that screen over there? Can you show us? Right? So this is what it is. Okay. It is TrendVision. I've tested it. I am confident in it. It has helped me secure tons of gains just because it gets me that information quick. Less websites I have to go to, less places I have to log into. So again, I wouldn't be canceling some subscriptions. That's me. Okay, you guys don't have to do it. You guys can stick with whatever you want. But people do ask me all the time, what is it that I use? So this is it right here. And again, you can just scan my QR code. I already, worked it out with them over there. Great guys, wonderful team. We had beautiful conversations throughout the weeks. And again, for me, it was really about bringing value to my community. You guys have held me down, subscribed, hit the notification bell, you shared content, you hyped up videos. You guys are members. So for me, anything that I do, anyone that approaches me, anyone that I approach, it's all going to be for the benefit of this community. So if this sounds like something that's good for you, if it'll help you cut down your downtime, it definitely will. It's cut down, again, not to sound all salesy, guys, but you know me, I don't gatekeep information. I'm always going to tell you guys what I'm using, but this makes me really super fast. And I think you guys are in the stream. If you ever wondered, like, hey, how is he pulling all of that up so fast? There it is. So if I'm off cam, right? Let's say if I'm off camera and I'm not here for you to ask me that. And yes, I know we all have different places we can pull that information, but this does it all for you. You don't have to go to 4 or 5 websites to confirm which one's accurate, which one's not. It's all right here for you guys. All right. So if you're interested in it, I believe the membership is like $50 a month. But again, you can save 20% off for your first 2 months. The link is attached to the live chat. It's already pinned there, or you can scan the QR code, or the link is in the description of the video. All right. So with all of that being said, I'm going to Is there anything else you guys want me to show you on here before I move on? But I really love this tool, man. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This is my favorite thing. My favorite thing. Of course, of course. Listen, I don't believe in gatekeeping information. Just take it. If one day you guys feel like you no longer need me, the only thing you need me for is early alerts, um, chart breakdown, stuff like that. That's great. But you know me, guys. My goal isn't to make people lose dependence. I want everyone to know how to fish. I want everyone to be able to trade, whether I'm on the camera or not. I got to take bathroom breaks. I got to go eat. I can't. I'm not going to stream 12 hours straight. You know, 6, 7 hours in, you get exhausted. So at least when I'm off camera, I want to make sure that you guys have access to everything that I have access to. And I'm working on a few other things as well, okay, off camera. So this is just one of them that has come through. I just wanted to make sure that everyone benefits, okay? So whether you're a member or not, as long as you're part of the Bear Tamer community, just use that link and you're good to go. Again, for the first 2 months, not the first month alone, first 2 months, you will save 20% off. Is there anything else you guys want me to walk you through? Like there's other stuff on here as well, guys. They have their own version of scanners, um, news. But for me, like this guy, this right here, that's key. Okay, this right here, you want this. Any ticker in the moment. You know how the market moves really fast. So a ticker comes out, I want that information fast. That's it. Just blah, 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 blah. And then what ticker would I want to look at this point? Look, right? Like if I want an S dot, okay, boom. Automatic. Just comes up. It's not even the loading time, there's nothing there. Just let me see what's happening. Okay, last time we did a reverse split a month ago. Okay, price $51, which is crazy because that thing was as high as 104, 106. Insiders own 0.4%. Institutions 0.63%. There's no shares available in the short. Cost to borrow 976%. 10% of that float is shorted. Okay, boom. Look, last filing, I have the 8Ks, the last time they dropped news, the reverse split. And just like that, guys, I'm already good. Like, oh, is there any dilution? Let me click on the SEC. Okay, cool. All right, go right here. Oh, 8 months ago, they did an S1. 7 months ago, they did a form RW. And again, if you don't even know what these things are, guys, open it up. Open it up. That's all. This shows up right here. And this news right here is they canceled that offering, that S1 from 7 months ago. So whenever you guys see an RW, that's what that means. Like if they did a S1 or something like that, and they do a form RW, that's basically them reversing it. So again, look how fast I just pulled that up. And you guys know how it is in the market. You might have 10 minutes before the ship takes off, 5 minutes. So you can just quickly absorb all of this information in 1 to 2 minutes, or take what you want from it, whatever it is that you're looking for. Cost of borrow, short interest. Okay. Trust me, I tested it. I would not tell you guys, but you literally see it as one of my screens forever. I've been using it in the shadows for a long time now. Month and a half, so I can say for sure this tool is efficient. Efficient. All right. What else we have here? Does anyone have any questions or anything? Any questions? In my honest opinion, though, in my honest opinion, guys, it's worth the money. Because to be honest, I'm about to probably cancel like 6 subscriptions, which, trust me, guys, all of them, like they charge. You may not think of it individually, but when you charge, and again, I don't mind paying it, guys, because the more tools I have, the faster I am, the more efficient I am, and that way I can provide higher value. But I would say I'm about to save money from the subscriptions that I'm about to cancel because a lot of all the information I need is right here now. Copy that, there's no worries. No worries. All right, so I'm going to let me open up my bring it into the top. Alrighty. Let's do this. La, 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 la. All right, let me switch back to the forward camera. But again, just so you guys know on stream, if you see me sideways, I am in full trader mode, locked in, ready to go. And that's what you see me working on. All right, so let's all right. Working on some other stuff as well, guys. Communicating, but again, for me, the goal now is to really focus on, you guys have done so much for me, honestly. I'm being serious. Just showing up every day. So I'm working on some other things. Stay tuned. But please do save 20% off your first 2 months with TrendVision, guys. I think you guys are going to love it. Let me see, media. I might have been looking for it. No. If there's anyone new jumping on stream, guys, where are you tuning in from? How was your trading week? How we doing? I'm also going to come back to comments and keep up with you guys. Look into it over the weekend. Yeah, Liz, it's really good. Having trouble with your discipline? You wanna okay. If you could elaborate for us, and you're from Oklahoma, trading month has sucked. Listen, you're not the only one, my friend. Also, too, I'll do this, guys. I'll invite you if you guys want. If it's easier for you, if it's easier for you to just jump on camera, I'll go ahead and share a link here in the live chat. You guys will see it pop up momentarily. Okay, and I'll even put it up on the screen here. If you guys want to come on stage with me, okay? Maybe it's a little bit easier. And don't worry, guys, you can easily just hide your camera. If you don't want to show your face or anything like that, you can just do that. Look, see, and we can hear you just fine. And all that good stuff. All right. If that makes it a little bit easier. I know some people prefer to type, but some people would rather pick up the phone and have that conversation in 2 minutes. But I'll leave that there for you guys. That is inside of the live chat. Let me see. And then we have Pat. And good afternoon, guys. Welcome. Thank you for your comments, everyone. Thank you for engaging. You made good money off of CLRO after hours and went crazy. Yeah, listen, CLRO, we were looking at it in pre-market off of that private placement, and it didn't really do well. And I was like, I want to look at it. I just want to keep an eye out on it. And as I tell the team all the time, I do a lot of psychology work in trading, guys. It's actually probably the number one tool everyone should be sharpening. But I was like, you know what, these stocks, they move, but they don't move on our time. So we got to be patient with these plays. And it didn't do anything in pre-market, so moved it to my side watch list because it wasn't the main focus at the moment. And then during market hours, guys, that thing was just sitting there kind of stagnant. And then all of a sudden, my watch list is alerting me. And guess what? I know exactly why it's moving because we reviewed it in the morning for pre-market. And guess what? So the market hours for me was the better move. I didn't look at it in after hours, but I'm sure. Look, now I'm about to pull it up. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, so I see it dip towards the end of the day, and then it had a nice climb up. So I see what you're talking about there. So well done. Well done there, Pat. You said Oklahoma, my trading month has sucked. Sorry to hear that. Again, everybody, everyone goes through it. You're not alone in there. You still have trouble identifying, and then you still have trouble identifying. And then I have 1 loss, 2 loss, and then I'm spiraling, trying to make it back. I know it's easy. It's not trend, but it's easier said than done. I agree with you wholeheartedly. When you say you're still having trouble identifying, what are you having trouble? Like, what is it exactly that you're trying to identify? And yes, I agree with you with this. Listen, and I want you guys to understand, like, don't be hard on yourselves. Like, every trader does it. Like, any trader that's walking around super cocky and is like, no, they're full of it. Let me tell you something. Everyone makes the same mistakes. Everyone overtrades. Everyone revenge trades. Okay, you have to get over that hump. When you do, it's a beautiful thing, but it's easier said than done, like you said, because you're dealing with a lot of emotions. And when you take back-to-back losses, you want your money back. So then you start forcing trades. So this is something that we work through on the platform on a daily basis, guys. We keep each other grounded, keep each other humble. We don't want to give back the green. So I definitely understand. But if you can give me more specifics, then we can discuss that a little more. Sorry, guys, give me 1 second. Just getting a nice little text. Oh, duh. What is this? What are you doing, guys? Come on now. Sorry, guys. All right, sorry guys, family member. Okay, do you ever notice some of the characters on Weeble's feeds? C Foxy, Lucky, Alchemist, the one guy that thinks every stock is going to 20 by Monday. I am dying right now. So Maybe I know them. I've been on Weeble so long, so I feel like yes, I've seen them. The Alchemist, I actually know a bit better. He's actually been on the stream. Um, his YouTube username was I don't know if you guys remember for members um, or anyone that was in those free streams, LVHM or something like that. And he was constantly like giving like technical analysis in terms of like, hey, if it does this, then this is possible. This. So he's been I know him more than I think I know the other names. Um, but Weeble, listen, Weeble is my home. All right. So I will say that that's the broker of choice for me. I love that it has that social media aspect to it where under every ticker we can converse, share ideas. But unfortunately, no platform will ever be able to control this. But there's a lot of trolls on Weeble. There's a lot of people that are just pumping the stock, spreading fear or FUD when it's not, when things aren't true. Um, you know, responding to things based on their emotions, things like that. So I'll say this, it's a good tool, especially for less experienced traders coming in, because there are, believe it or not, guys, there's a lot of traders that take their trading advice from those feeds and they will buy a stock, short a stock, avoid a stock, depending on what the room is saying. And if 90% of the room is going, oh, this is to the top, to your point, it's going to $20, then guess what? That person might chase at the top, not knowing, right? They're just feeding into that hypeness. And unfortunately, I know I'm not the only person that actually comes on Webull and shares credible information and tries to help traders or try to warn them, of certain things. But if there are others, which I know there are, that are like me, we easily get drowned out by thousands of pump it. So, whoever's in my community on Webull, they'll get to benefit from that because they'll probably see a notification from me directly. But let's be honest, some people turn off their notifications. Even for me, I'm trying to post less. I try to just maybe post once a day across all social media for like one recap and that's it. Because I get it. We get a ton of notifications in our phones. We may miss it. It may be annoying. You might be at work. So I don't want to be annoying. Although I might be sharing something valuable, if I'm breaking down like 6 plays publicly, that's 6 notifications you're about to get from me. And I don't want to come off as spam. So I will try my best to just do one. But if there's a stock where I feel is dangerous to retail traders, I will take a moment to drop an extra post and be like, hey guys, just so you know, I know this looks good, but be aware, look, dilution is here. They just did an ATM, things of that nature, guys. Just trying to break it down. So why do you not like them, Shiki? Are they what they pump stuff? The names are very specific. Coming back to you. Moses, I'm gonna call you Garcia. I want to call you Moises, but I'm like, I don't think it's Moises. I think it's Moses. Garcia. I don't have trouble finishing the gappers. I have trouble in my entries. Either I enter, it pulls back. I enter, it retraces. I don't enter it, it squeezes. Yeah, it's like you just went in my. It's like you went in my brain. Every trader, guys, we all experience it, guys, and I know it may seem that way, but once you start to understand the chart and you're looking at it, you're gonna start. For me, I don't care about the perfect entry, and I don't care to sell at the top. When it comes to entries, for me, my goal is to get in where it's safe. And then, when it comes to collecting profit, I already have a reasonable target in my mind. I don't care. Like, I don't get in every trade and go, I'm going to sell it $10 higher. You're not going to win that way, guys. You're going to end up losing on a lot of those trades. There's other things that go into it, but unfortunately, a lot of our peers, and I used to do it too, guys. I just got past it, was just really assuming because one stock did this is going to do the same thing. And that becomes very dangerous. So every stock, understanding every stock is different. There's different things to look for, um, you know. But for me, what's most important more than anything is just waiting for that true entry. Okay, so I would say that if I could give you a piece of advice, that's where you probably want to start waiting for that true support rather than just jumping in anywhere. Unless you're there just in time, then great. But more often than not, retail traders, and again, I speak from my own experience, but I think you guys will agree with me, is you'll see the thing is on Mount Rushmore. You see that it took off like 50 bucks, it's up 500%. And now that FOMO is also a pain in the butt that also comes in. And it's like you think, all right, I'm gonna wait for the pullback, and it just doesn't pull back, it just keeps going up. So then you FOMO chase it, and then, obviously the higher you chase, the higher the risk, and then you end up getting in at a bad time, right? Because you're not reading the chart, you're just looking at price. You're looking at the comments in social media, your FOMO, you're just thinking about the Lamborghini that could be in your driveway, right? So um, my advice would be to you is just wait for true support, right? So that way too, that your stop loss actually works. A lot of people don't even like putting stop losses. Oh, I get tapped out all the time. Well, it's probably because you're chasing at the top. So when it has to pull back, of course your stop loss is going to be tapped, especially people that have very conservative stop losses because they took big losses in the past. So now all of a sudden their stop loss is 2 cents, which is that's not realistic on most trades because you're not even giving yourself a chance for profit at that point, right? So it's a lot of things that we discuss over the stream. We work it out, we break down the charts, we find true support, we do all of that good stuff before we enter our trades, um, just to give ourselves the best shot possible. I wait for confirmation, and by the time I decide to pull the trigger, I'm too late. Um, I want to say you do that, Moses. I want to say you do that simply because of fear. It's an assumption, but I'm using my own experience again, guys. I wasn't always who I am today. 11 years ago, I got served by the market. Okay, my first year, I was getting served around tennis ball, left, right, just slapping me around, guys. So I'm speaking from my own experience, but I think it's fair to say that a lot of us go through the same things. Um, you're waiting for that confirmation, but you might wait too long, right? You'll see yourself waiting so long that the stock is going up, and you're like, all right, wait, it's moving, but let me see. And you're confirming every ladder up, but it's like you should have already jumped on that ladder, and you can confirm as you're going to the upside. But it's fear crippling you. You probably took some losses that you shouldn't have. So now it's like even if you do have a solid play in front of you, you're waiting for all this extra confirmation. But guess what? You could have jumped in 50 cent ago. Now it's already up 50, 60 cents, and you jumping in. Guess what? Yeah, it goes up another 30 cents, and now you're excited about it, but maybe that's it. And you have to accept the fact that, hey, I jumped in late. Let me not overstay my welcome. Like the party still ends at the same time. Just because I showed up 3 hours later doesn't mean the party is going to extend 3 hours later, if that's a good analogy to use for you guys, right? So it's like understanding that. But um, again, we break all this stuff down on the stream, but again, I'm assuming, but I'm using my own experience. Trust me, I used to do the same thing. Or if I pull the trigger, I get stopped out and then it squeezes. So if I may ask, Garcia, what's your stop loss? Like, what's your tip in like dollar amount? Like, is it 50 cents? Is it a dollar? Is it 10 cents? Is it 5 cents? Is it 18 cents? Um, yep. CLRO was that. Yeah, because it went down in pre-market. It definitely didn't do anything in pre-market for sure. Oh, okay. 3 to 5%. Hold on. Sorry. My wife looking for me. She's like, where you go? Three. All right. So, okay. All right. So, with that being said, okay. So, you try. So on CLRO. Matter of fact, guys, I'm going to pivot. Let's switch to the chart real quick so I can show you guys. Let's do a quick chart breakdown. Why not? Why not? Rather than me just One second, guys. Yes. I'll bring up the chart so that way. All right. All right. I'm going to share the screen. All right. So I'm going to share my Google screen real quick. You guys can all see that. Everyone's comfortable. Matter of fact, let me not take up most of the. All right. Cool. All right. Perfect. I'm making sure on both sides everyone can see clearly. All right. So CLRO. Here. And I'm going to use the same like math basically that we used for the 3 to 5% we were talking about. Can you share with me when did you enter price wise? Sorry, let me get a chat on its own window. Copy that, Pat. Happy 4th. No problem, Garcia. No problemo. If you guys wouldn't mind just giving the video a quick like. Guys, subscribe, hit the notification bell for when I drop educational content or go live like this. That way you're aware. And of course, guys, if I may, give us a shot, try us out. We have a wonderful community, guys. You can go through my playlist, look at short videos, testimonials, results, my personal results. But I don't really care about my personal results, guys. We as a team, we thrive together, and I think that's what I'm most proud of. Like my whole purpose is to support this community and give opportunities on a daily basis. So that's where I get my kick when I see others thriving. I don't really care about myself per se when it comes to that. Yes, of course, I'm happy to make profit. It would be insane to say otherwise. But if they're not making profit, then what's the point? That's how I grade my success. It's through my team. So as long as they're winning, I'm happy. If they're not winning, I need to go to the drawing board figure something out. But we've been having a ball, guys. And again, thank you all for your support. We've now over a year publicly streaming. Okay, although I have over a decade's experience, some of you might be familiar with me from Webull before I started this, or StockTwits. But the main hub is YouTube, guys. Main hub is YouTube. This is where I'm going to give the alerts. This is where I'm going to give the signals. This is where I'm going to break down the plays. This is where we're going to look at the charts. This is where you're going to get the watch list. This is where we're going to all come and celebrate each other on our wins. This is where we're all going to come and support each other if someone is taking losses. Okay, and every trader takes losses, guys. Every trader takes losses. Our job is to minimize them. Okay, we have to be okay with saying, hey, I was wrong on this one. It's time to walk away. Okay, because when you make those losses small and then you take the next trade and it's a big win, it's almost like the loss didn't happen. But when you keep taking big losses, even when you do have a decent win, it's not enough for you in your mind because you're trying to make up, a huge amount of losses. So, which you shouldn't think about it that way. You should think about it step by step, piece by piece. But Garcia, no rush at all, right? I'm waiting for you. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to feel rushed when you're scrambling. So you jumped in at approximately 1:31 p.m. So I'm going to switch over to a 1-minute chart so we can look at that together. And I appreciate that. What was your entry at 1:31? What am I looking at? Oh, this after hours. So like, what am I looking at? You said you jumped in at 1:31. So right here, and let me do this too, so you guys can. Okay, and then I'll color it white. So that's where you enter. If you wouldn't mind sharing your 121. Oh, no worries. We can fix it. All right, perfect. All right, so that's your entry time there on the chart. And you got in at 7:57. So what I'm doing now, I just want to show you exactly where you're at. And then for anyone else watching, this is stuff that I like to do with our members on the weekend. Since it is a July 4th weekend, everyone enjoy your time off. I won't get in the way of your barbecues. So consider this one on the house, everyone. But again, I can't help myself. I like to help people. So shareholders, forgive me. I don't like diluted shareholders. All right. So, okay. All right. Okay. So you got in at 7:57. And your stop loss, you said you typically use 3 to 5%. Which one did you use for this trade in particular? It's all the science that I break down, guys. Don't worry. You're going to be like, wow, you want to know all of that? Because I'm going to tell you exactly where the opportunity was. Once I have your specific, it was 3%. Right. So that means so that's about 23 cents from 757. So 757 would put you at 734. I'm going to try to find that on the charts. It's like trying to force me to put it on there. I don't know. 734. Come on, I'm trying to like be perfect on the nose, but this will do. Okay, and then I'll color this red for your stop loss. Is that fair? Okay. All right. Okay. So this is 734, guys. All right. So now when you entered, you entered at a good time. That's perfectly fine. There was a better entry there. There was a better entry there. I'm not sure how long you were watching it, but if you were watching this for at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If you were watching this for at least 20 minutes before you got in, like 10 to 20 minutes, there was a better entry. But from where you got in, that's about 23 cents. Okay. So essentially you entered 757. Your stop loss should have been 734, but this hit 736. So did you manually sell it? Like, did you just leave yourself? Or did you have an automatic stop loss? Like, did you already have a target? Because by your metrics, by your numbers, you would have been spared by 2 cents. So it wouldn't have hit your stop loss. So was it something where, you bought in 757, you saw it in the 730s, and it was just like, let me just sell and get out of here? Automatic? So what did you have it at automatic? Was it 7? Because the lowest this candle went to was 736. I would imagine this is where you got stomped out. Don't pay me no mind, Garcia. I'm just a nerd. So when I have those exact numbers, it was 23 cents when it would be 734. Did you have your stop loss at like 740 or something, or? Well, anyhow, while you figure that portion of it out, right? So what I'll say here is that you entered at 757. Yes, that's where I got stopped out. Sorry, it's all windows. No, you're good, man. You're good. You got stomped out at what price? 740, 739, 738. Now, in my opinion, as soon as I got stomped out, it squeezed. So I'm going to assume you got stomped out here. All right. It has a low of 736. So just under the percentage, just under 3%. So if you got knocked out here, okay. So the first opportunity I'll tell you is that here was the better entry. Right? You could have gotten in maybe at around 113, 114, or 115. Okay, so that was the better entry. The safest entry, probably 115. Okay, so you were just about 6 minutes late into your entry. Okay, if you wanted full confirmation of like a good entry, so you were just off, not by much. But now here is where I think you dropped the ball. The 3% is too small. And the reason why I say that 5% would have probably been a better opportunity for you, because you have to understand, look how overextended the play is. You're buying up here, but look at where it started. So if you want to give yourself a true shot of getting a wave, you have to give it more space to breathe, right? If you bought it down here like that, yeah, the 3% would have been more than efficient, right? But once you start getting up here, you have to understand the pullbacks are going to be bigger, right? The climb up is going to be bigger, but the pullbacks are going to be bigger because you have people that are in the trade here or here or here. So when it's up here, they're going to want to start collecting, right? So understanding that you're kind of late to the party. So when you look at it here at this price, you got to understand right here, it's already up over 100%, right? So I would say the area of opportunity here is you want to give yourself a real chance, right? 3% would work if you just jumped in at the beginning of a move or something like that, but not in the middle of it, and also going towards end of day as well. So that's going to be the first thing. So you still got in on a really good, you still got in good, even again, a little bit better with 5 to 6 minutes, but so what? You still got in at a really good time, my friend. It's just that your stop loss was just too tight for the situation. If anything, I think 5% would have served you significantly better. So if you want to put that in your trading journal, when you know you're late to the move, you're late to the party, you want to give yourself, yes, it's more risk if you go 5%. So my tip is, if you really want it that badly, but you think 5% is too much, buy less shares, so that the math equates to the same thing. Whatever you would have lost at 3% with this amount of shares, buy less and take the same risk with 5%. So no matter what, you're still going to lose what you intended to lose in the first place. However, with the lower shares and the bigger stop loss, it gives you a better chance to stick to the, stay in the game, right? Because it's very unfortunate that it knocked you out, because like you said, right after that, it went and started cooking. Okay, so I think the area of opportunity there is just that it's just too small, because everything else was lined up here for you now. Yeah, I kind of wish that you were there with us, but just showing you guys really quick, guys, a ton of good volume is coming into here. Look at the MACD. I think if you were looking at this stuff, you would have seen like, hey, hold on, let me give this a little chance, right? Again, you would have either went for the 5% or maybe a little bit more than the 3, maybe 4%, right? Because you would have seen momentum was in the play, momentum was coming, it was building up on the MACD. As I told you, we're a little bit late there on that entry, but the MACD has been green 5 minutes prior to your arrival. Also look at the volume candles underneath leading to the time that you entered, right? And the candle that you got stomped out on, buyers were in control. Look, this is a green volume candle here. So although it was pushing down, people have to collect profits, the buyers kept it up. They were dominating. And obviously you see the bigger green right after. Green, people got to collect some profits, but you see buyers are in charge. Majority green candles, and this is on a minute chart, so each of these candles represents a minute. You also see the same thing on the MACD. Look, the green bars are growing. Buyers are in control. RSI, yes, it does get to overbought territory, but look, it's climbing up. So I think if you were looking at, if you would have seen that, you probably would have compromised a bit on the stop loss and gave yourself a little bit more room. But these are the things that, like, we as a team, we look at. When I spot them, I make the team aware, like, hey, because trust me, guys, and I'll tell them, like, if there's a big move, I'll be like, hey, guys, listen, this would be a recommended stop loss. I know it's a big one, but that's what the chart is giving. I always say that, like, listen, trust me, if I can make it smaller, it could be smaller, but depending on how late you are to the play, and if you hesitate too long, the price keeps going up, the risk becomes higher. So that would be the area of opportunity. I think the area of opportunity here was your stop loss was just too tight for the situation where you got in. Okay, maybe you looked at it and said, it's already so extended up here, I don't want to get caught on a big drop. But that's the thing, you kind of have to not risk being caught on a big drop, but as long as you stay within 10%, which you were anyway. But I think if you would have just extended it to 4 or even the 5%, you'd have been better. Okay, 3% is good to do over here. When nothing is happening, it's just starting. That's where it's okay. But once you start getting up here, the higher you buy, the higher the risk. You need a bigger stop loss to kind of keep you in the game. Okay. And again, you could have lost the same amount of money just by trimming the amount of shares that you buy in with. Okay, so then obviously you see here it bounced and then it cooked. So again, I know it sucks. Every trader goes through that situation, but I just truly wish that someone in the community would have helped you out, or But these are the things that I like to study with the team. We go through this a million times every day because that's one of the biggest things we do as traders is like we'll sell too early. We always sell too early at the beginning, and it's like the stuff that we should sell early, we want to have all the conviction in the world, and it dumps on us, and we still want to hold it. So it's like, again, it's a lot of psychology that goes into it, and that's why I like to put an emphasis on it during the live stream. And that's why I like to give this information to the team. Like sometimes you may not even have a moment to even think about that. So I'm like that buffer, like, hey guys, this is what I see. So, but again, also too, if we're taking big losses nonstop, then all of a sudden now your stop losses are just too tight. So I like your stop loss structure. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just at that time you just chose the tighter end of it. You should have given it the full 5%. That's all. But if you also didn't notice the EMAs, you didn't look at the VWAP, if you didn't notice the trajectory of the volume, you're not looking at your other indicators, if you're not looking at your time in sales, your order book, then you wouldn't have known anyway. So you probably really didn't even see momentum was in your favor and it was coming. I think if you would have saw it, then you would have stuck around. So that is my breakdown for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch back here. But again, this is stuff that we practice every single day on every single trade. We want to make sure that we are good to go. We want to make sure that we're good to go. Hopefully that was clear. And if you didn't understand what I said, or you want to know what to look for and all that stuff, guys, again, this is just I'm going to substitute it for the weekend recap, just really hanging out with you guys. Again, introducing myself to new members in the community. If there are any new members here, welcome. Feel free to ask me, anything you want. I want to know where you guys are from. How was your trading week this week? And then, and yeah. But again, these are plays that I break down. Not to sound all salesy or whatever, but I think it's worth the opportunity, guys. Come and give us a try. Membership is $1.66 a day, guys. It's $50 a month, but again, $1.66 a day, cheaper than a cup of coffee. And I can assure you, a lot of the things, like perfect example, that situation could have been avoided, right? Because I know how easy it is to get scared in the market, but that's my job. My job is to, fill the potholes in the road for the team, build that bridge, help everyone, escape those fears, not leave too early, secure profits, all that good stuff. We need reminders every day. But again, guys, we have a strong community. Even if I was not on camera and I was on a break, someone in the chat would have helped you out with that, So so trust me, you did the right move. It's just stop loss was off just by a smidge. That's all. So don't beat yourself up. I know it sucks because you ended up losing money anyway, but just put it in the trading journal. That's all. That was a unique laser in Southern California, local 636. I'm like all in your conversations now. No, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Don't worry, my shareholders are okay with it. They know I can't help myself. Um, I'll try to assist where possible. But again, guys, jump in, subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a like if you wouldn't mind. I'd greatly appreciate that. But I encourage everyone, just come in, join the membership, guys, and give us a try. Give me a try, see what we're all about. I mean, obviously, there's tons of short videos with proof of profit and testimonies and all that, but you guys really have to experience it for yourselves, guys. It's Friday was really nice, really high momentum morning, um, but then we got hit by like a big pothole, and then market open, boom, another big exciting moment. So we're having a ball, we're having a blast. I'm not here to promise you'll be, millionaire rich in a week. That's not what I do. However, the opportunities will be there for you to secure gains on a daily basis. It all depends on how we execute as traders, our discipline, all that good stuff, guys. And I'll say the team does a very good job of securing those gains. No one is perfect, guys. We'll give profits back. We'll overtrade. We'll do some of those things too. Again, I'll speak for us as a whole as a team. Some are just super disciplined. They're not having it. And, some still are transitioning from not disciplined to disciplined, not structured to structured. But overall, guys, the team is having a ball. So, and I appreciate you all. I'm all up in my charts. Anyone else? Where are you guys tuning in from? How was your trading week? Hit me on the chat. What time is it? 3:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably hang out till 3:30. Gotta go prepare lunch for my dad. Yeah. Kind of sit here and just hang out. We were watching yesterday's video or the replay. Yeah, it just went live because one, the market was closed, so it was good to get some extra sleep. But I was just like, oh, this is a good opportunity. The community has been growing by I don't even know. Well, hold on. All right, let me go and check. The community has been growing, so I thought this would be a great opportunity, a good day to just really jump on live, introduce myself, meet new people in the community. No one is forced to comment or anything like that. But if you do, where are you tuning in from, what city or state, whatever you're comfortable with sharing, and how was your trading week? Also, Frost, since you wasn't here, Frost is a member, so that's why I'm reiterating this. Frost, you weren't here earlier, but you took a loss yesterday. Let's talk about it. But also, just to let you know, I just walked through. I mean, you can rewind the stream if you want, but I just shared with the team a tool that I'm officially going to be using. I mean, I was testing it for like the last month and a half, maybe even 2 months. For what I've been using it for. I've been using it for other purposes, but it's definitely going to help me eliminate a bunch of other subscriptions. It's TrendVision. I just kind of walk the team through it for what I use it for. That's for me to get like my cost of borrow, short interest, dilution check, institutional ownership. All that information is all in one place, and I get it now from TrendVision. So just kind of testing it out. Spoke to the guys over there, the owners over there, guys, really good guys, really great tool. So I am happy to announce I can offer you guys 20% off of TrendVision if you want to try it. Again, for you, Frost, just rewind the stream a little bit to where you see me on a dark screen, and that's me breaking it down. I don't want to do it all over again. You can scan the QR code to save 20% off your first 2 months, or the link is already pinned to the live chat and it's in the description. on LGCL. Yeah, I got out of that by the skin of my teeth. You guys saw me. I was just like, you guys know I'm not a greedy guy. So, that's a cleanup on aisle six situation for sure. Um, yeah, Frost, definitely give it a watch. Like, if you guys want to know how I get that information so fast, that is exactly why. So, I'm not a gatekeeper of information, like keep all the little secrets for myself. So you guys have to come to me. I'm going to tell you where I get it from. And it's from TrendVision. It's a really good tool, and save 20% off using my code. Why not? If I'm winning, my team benefits. Yes, yes. Um, but yeah, let's talk about the hey Cyberwolf, how's it going? South Carolina, welcome, welcome. I think we have someone else from South Carolina in here. Uh-oh. I think Crestline, look, South Carolina in the building. You said they got you? Yeah, yeah, those plays. I escaped. You guys saw me. I escaped by the skin of my teeth on LGCL. Bought at 316. I had averaged myself all the way down to the 277. And then I just said, listen, man, just give me a 303 because momentum was still there. But it was like, I'm like, there's a lot of selling pressure, but people are chasing. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try and grab like 20 to 30 cents, like, because understanding like, hey, I'm late. Because you remember, guys, I was a little late to the move. I jumped in on the second 5-minute candle. If I'd have got it on the first, I would have already secured profits anyway. So understanding like, ooh, I'm a little late. Momentum is being challenged by a lot of selling. Okay, this is not the time to go, I want $5. It was at like 2 something. This is not the time, right? So, hey, I averaged down. Now I'm even heavier in my position. I need to leave at a decent spot. So, and again, you guys know when I buy in, I automatically put in a sell order, especially during pre-market after hours. That is not the time, especially with momentum plays like that. That is not the time to, oh, let me wait to see where it goes, because it'll pop up and then crash down in seconds, much faster than you can come in and type in hotkeys or whatever it is you want to call it. So I always recommend just doing that. But that's how I survived it. And obviously it crashed, but I think it recovered. Someone, PP said it recovered to like 180s, or I don't remember. Let me see if I can find it. Um, yeah, so it did recover. Wow. Believe it or not, guys, it had a nice little recovery though. I see here it recovered to 218, and it was as low as 157. So again, one of the things that we discussed, guys, no over leveraging, because even if it crashed like that, you wait for that bottom of the bottoms and you average all the way down there. Guess what? Now that's crazy. I think Peaky said he did that, and he ended up making $800 on there. So if I can find that comment, I think I could have swore Peaky mentioned that same exact ticker. Don't worry, I'll go. Want to make sure I'm telling the truth here. I'm all about transparency, but I could have swore that's what I read. So that's oh, yep. I'll put it on the screen right now. Yeah, see? Look, he borrowed Leo's mop yesterday on the LGCL, got out on a pop at 187, $800 green. Yep. You guys know our strategies. You guys know what time it is. Even if someone were to chase, just put it in the chat. Hey man, I chased it. I got in at a really bad price. Put up the bear signal. I'll show up. I'll come in and I'll tell you, let's look at it. Even if it's taking, even if we got to take 15, 20 minutes during the stream, let's look at it. Let's see how we get you out. And Peaky executed that perfectly. because I'm pretty sure he was. I know a few people got caught in that drop. But the thing is, if you over leverage and you got nothing else to buy with, guess what? You stuck up. And even if it did recover to 218, I mean, that's still a lot of damage recovered. But you got to understand, people like me, I bought at 316. I averaged down in the twos. It gave another pop to the threes, and I was gone. I didn't care. I did make some nice profits on that pop, but I didn't want to jump back. And I was like, that's, you guys know those I call them by the grace of God, like those you get in at a bad spot, but the stock recovers and now you could break even or maybe make a little bit of profit. And as like less experienced traders, and again, I used to be one of them, right? And I you'd be like, oh, now it's going up. I'm gonna hold, and then nope, it flushes down on me again. And then maybe it might give me another chance, and I'm like, oh, it's finally gonna do it. It flushes down on me again. I don't do that anymore. You give me that little grace, thank you. I appreciate it. Let me reset. If I want it that badly, let me look for a new entry. But I refuse to get slaughtered by by these stocks. I don't over leverage on anything. I don't care how I like it. I don't care how much money I would have made if I went all in. It's none of my business because it gets real dangerous. I'm dying. I'm dying. Not that we pressed the wrong button on it. I'm crying. Yeah, they got me. No, that in that situation, it was a momentum trade. It like forget like that's why in a momentum trade, guys, my eyes, if where my eyes are peeled the most, it's not even on the chart itself because right now it's momentum, it's overbought, so it does have a reason to pull back. But if the momentum is strong, it doesn't matter if it's over. It could be overbought for 50 minutes straight. It'll keep going up if that momentum stays there. So I'm really locked in on the order books, the time and sales, stuff like that. So, and it looked good, which is why I jumped in. And remember, guys, when I jumped in, I could have sold at 340 or something. I could have took a quick 20 cents and I did it. And it went to 350 and came all the way back down to the 270s. And I averaged down on the VWAP because that's where they were trying to hold it for a second push. But I took advantage of the second push. I said, you know what? Instead of aiming for a break of 350, just give me the 303. Just I'll take that. By the grace of God, just give me that. And it bailed me out, and I was able to get profit. Peaky was able to do the same thing. I know Crestline also had to average down in the blink of an eye, and also got out around 298 Crestline. So, but obviously there's a ton of people that got caught on the drop. But if you don't over leverage, guess what? Average all the way down and you leave on that nice pop. So, but definitely, yes, could have shorted it on the way down. But that's in hindsight, right? Because let me tell you, if it would have went to $10, then, so for me personally, I think it's very dangerous to short. The only time I think it's really safe to short is now, like on a big mover, you're gonna have to wait for that thing to be up 3, 4, 500%. Like let it, whatever, 150%, let it peak. Like don't see it's up 50% and think like it's sweet. Even guys, even when it's up 200%, like read the chart. Like don't just go, it's up 200%. It's struggling because now people have unlimited buying power. They're just going to keep buying if it's holding support long enough. So you can only short so many shares. So just be careful with that. Again, I warned the team about that like a month ago. For those that short, I'm not saying don't short. I'm just saying don't get cocky now. This isn't 3 months ago where everyone is scared of the bell and everything is dropping. New traders are coming into the market. Their instinct is going to be to buy stocks, not to short. Okay, guys, you just watch S dot go to $100 in 4 days. Okay, they didn't stop. They kept buying. So if you shorted that at $60 and you was feeling good about yourself, you woke up to $106. So I don't think anybody wants. So it could be dangerous both ways, guys. Both ways. You made 10 cents per share, Moses. Listen, take it. Hey, man. Averaging down was the best plan. Yeah. And when I say average down, guys, don't average down every 5 cents. That's pointless. If you don't over leverage, let's say you use only 10% of your account, and it tanks, like, even if it tanks $2, $3, let her cook, let her fall, let her tumble till she hits the ground. When she hits that surface and she will not go any lower, that's where you go, okay, in confirmation that is the bottom. Even it, guys, sometimes you got to wait 20 minutes. Sometimes it's just 5, but sometimes it's 20, 30 minutes. Wait for confirmation. And when you get it, then you average your butt down. And when you're in a position you only use 10%, guess what? The price is significantly cheaper. What do you think 90% of your account is capable of doing now? It's going to allow you to average your butt all the way down. And when you get that nice 50-cent dollar pop back up to the upside, you're feeling good about yourself. You make money. Again, Pressline was able, the only people that I know that has told me, but Pressline was able to make some profit that way. Peaky was able to make some. Peaky shared, he made 800, which was nice actually for him because he was super patient on that. I didn't even know it went back up until he put that post. What else? Ice by the skin of my teeth. I did make like 27 cents profits. But I had a heavy amount of shares, so it worked out. But if I would have stayed, it went up to like 324. If I did not sell, guys, if I didn't have that order in, I was talking about 350. It would have been a big blow to go down to $1.50 from where I was. And with my amount of shares, now yes, I would have been in a position. I would have had to 10x, which is it would have been expensive to do so, but I'm always in a position to do so, which is the point. Put yourself in a position to clean up. Try not to think of the Lamborghini all the time. The Lamborghini will come. Trotter, have a happy 4th as well. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your membership, your trust, and your support. Enjoy your day, my friend. I got my hair done, man. My hair, let me tell you something, man. Maybe I'll put it in a ponytail. Hair be in my way. But like I was saying on Friday, guys, if momentum trading is not your forte, don't force it. I don't care what you see going on in social media. I don't care if you see me taking a trade. I'm comfortable with it, guys, because I'm analyzing every nook and cranny. I'm willing to take the risk, and I'm only jumping in when I feel it's more in my favor. Doesn't mean it's gonna 100% all the time, but also know that I'm not greedy. I will settle. I want $1, but it's only giving me 60. I'm gone, guys. You know me. I'll take it. I'll take it. Even if it goes up to up $1 later, I don't care. I don't live in regret, because that living in regret causes a lot of bad trades to follow, so. But for sure for me this week, I said it last week and I did terrible at remaining disciplined. It doesn't matter that I was green on the trades. It really doesn't matter. I still took a lot of red trades as well. So, I don't like to give any money back to the market if I can avoid it. So for me personally, this week, tone it back, 5 to 10 trades max. But I think if I can hit my daily goal and a little cushion within 5 trades, I need to sit my butt down. But again, guys, as I always tell everyone, it doesn't matter if I'm done for the day or not. I'm still going to give you alerts. I'm still going to give you signals. I'm still going to give you the stop loss recommendations that I see and the targets that's up ahead. It's up to you guys as individual traders to take the risk if you want to. And obviously, I'm never going to highlight something that I feel is low value or terrible, Just because I'm not putting my money into the trade doesn't mean that it's not valuable. You guys have watched me miss out on numerous plays, and it's simply because I already made my daily goal. I made my little cushion on top. I was done for the day. But obviously, I have a job to do, right? Is to serve this community. So I'm just going to keep dishing them out. Um, so I urge you guys not to miss out on opportunities simply because I'm done trading for the day. Now, last week I probably took like 20 to 30 trades every day, or was it the week before was worse? So I'm gonna really try to keep it down to 10 trades. I'll try. I'm gonna try to keep it down to 10 trades. Let me get down to 10, then work my way to 5. But I'm gonna try to 5 for sure. Also, too, I'm not gonna promise I'll do this, but again, if I do get up early enough, I'll start the stream at 4 a.m. I will not be on camera, but I will put the squawk alerts on for you guys with the transcripts. So at least you have that. And then I'll jump on 6 a.m. normal time. But that is not a service that I want to say moving forward, because I actually have to wake up consistently that early to do it. But there are times I am up. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Even if I get up and it's like 2:30 in the morning and I'm like, I'll still go up, start up my systems, set up the stream, and I will start the stream at like 3 in the morning. Nothing will be happening until 4, but you know. But even if I don't, guys, even if I still schedule these streams in advance, so you can still come to the channel, go to the live tab. You'll see that the stream is incoming. You can click on it, guys, and there's already people in there chatting. Okay, sharing trading ideas, taking trades, doing what they're doing. We call them the Breakfast Club. They're just there nice and early, okay? And for a friendly reminder, Monday through Thursdays is for members only, okay? So if you're not a member, you're not going to see the live stream at all. It won't come up for you. If you go to the live tab, you're just gonna see all the previous live streams from the prior days. So if you're ever wondering why you can't see it, that is why. However, on Fridays, the stream is free and open to all. So everyone can join in. You go to the live tab, you will see the stream there, and everyone is welcome to join in. And I don't hold back any information or anything like that. It's not like, oh, it's free, so let me keep secrets. You'll still get the watch list. You get all the alerts, the technical analysis, the signals, the alerts, the support, resistance, all those good things as well. So, so you guys, it's like my way of giving back to the community. I know a lot of people that don't know. They're like, oh, why don't you, do this and do this for free? And I'm like, well, I got to manage a stream for 12 hours a day. I'm giving alerts. Like, that stuff doesn't just come to me. I have to put in the hours. But, I always tell them, I say, I understand everyone is new. But, when I first launched this platform a year and 2 months ago, the first 4 months were free, where I was on camera all day giving plays, taking trades, so I know there's going to be skepticism, guys. There's a lot of scams out there. So trust me, I understand it and I welcome the skepticism. It's fine. As long as it's like professional. But, once you start calling it a scam or you're making money through memberships, the first 4 months was free. So, once I say that, they're like, oh, and, and I offer every Friday for free. And that's just, for everyone to come in and really, hey, do I like this guy? You're going to get to know my personality, my trading style. You're going to get my alerts for free, my signals, my watch list. You're going to get guidance from the team. If I'm off camera taking a break, you still have transcripts, squawk alerts, a beautiful community that's supporting each other, better than a 7-day free trial, in my opinion. You just have to wait for every Friday. But me personally, I know it's easier for me to say it's worth it because it's my platform. But guys, I'm telling you, I priced it that way because I want everyone to have easy access. It's not because I think I'm worth $50 a month. It's because, hey, if my mission is to truly help my peers become better traders, become profitable, how do you do that with a $300-400? Not everyone has that. Okay, not everyone has that. Not everyone can afford to buy a $2,000-3,000 course and pay $175 every month for live streaming. And I check my competitors or anyone that I inspire to be or anything like that, guys. They're only on camera for like 2 hours, 3 hours at best. So we have a platform here. We're covering 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that's for people globally as well, and that's also people with different work schedules. And sometimes, guys, I let the stream run till 8. For those that may join the party later, there are still alerts. Funny enough, in those times. So again, I don't want to promise the 8 p.m. thing. I can promise for sure. If you guys want me to let it run till 8, I can. The 4 a.m. I'll make sure, if I get up before 6 a.m., I'll just start the stream for you guys um, as well. Thank you, Frost. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I appreciate when you guys are the clients. You guys are my clients. Anyone you guys see with the bear claw, or in the live chat, those are members. So ask them. I know it's easy for me to say, it's a great product. And whether you members or not, guys, if you are aware of TrendVision, you want 20% off your first 2 months, use my QR code or use the link that is pinned to the live chat. Benefit. I don't care if you're a member or not. Benefit. Now, do I have option traders? I do not. Me personally, I'm well aware of options. I see it. I have the option to do option trades. It's pretty much almost the same, I guess, the way that I would view it. Just really reading the charts. We don't do it. This is purely for just trading stocks, like just buy and sell, not options, not contracts, nothing wrong with it. You could make a lot of money option trading. You can also lose a lot of money option trading as well. I think the limitation, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't trade options. What I don't like about it is that I gotta wait for market hours. Does that make sense? Like, I think you can only trade options during market hours, right? It's not a pre-market or after hours thing. So if I buy like a contract and I go long, and like in pre-market, that thing is tanking like 100%, 200%, I can't do nothing about it till 9:30 a.m. And by the time that comes, my contracts are. But if you can confirm that, because I know you're asking about the options, Cyberwolf, so I'm assuming you trade options. Now, I do have people that I know that trade options. Maybe if that's something that the team wants, overall shareholders can vote on that. Maybe I'll see if I can, find somebody, because obviously I'd have to pay them for their time. But I want to find someone that they're not simply doing it for the money, that they actually care about their peers, that they have the same values that I have, right? Like, I don't like seeing people lose money. I don't care if I don't know you guys. When I see someone posting negative 3,000, that breaks my heart. Like, it kind of sucks because I know what it feels like. So it has to be someone that actually cares. That's gonna, because guys, even if I say 6 to 6, I might be on the stream till 8. Like, I don't mind, sometimes I end up on the couch for that. My wife is like, "What are you doing?" But but still, I can't help myself. I care. So it would have to be some sort of a partnership like that. But for the most part, you see from 9:30 to 3:30. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Um, it's not bad. However, what I will say is for like the big movers, like when I say big movers, like, the smaller cap stocks that make these extraordinary moves, most of them don't have options. So that's like the other thing too. So like, even when you look at, I don't know, did INHD have options when it was at $1? I don't think so. Obviously, it ended the day at like, it went as high as $66. I know it's still halted. That's unfortunate. But did that have options? So that's like the other thing too. Like, obviously the bigger market caps, yes. I thought I saw something crawling. I'm like, what is that? It's my hair. That's all. I do some momentum, some QQQ options. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. No, I have some peers, man. They, oh, Bear, you would be so good at options. Like, look what you, like, look at how you perfected this. Like, trust me. And I'm like, I do trust you, but for me, it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe one day I will options trade. It's not that it's difficult or anything. It's more complex though. It's not the same as like trading stocks. Um, I would get it because I've been trading long enough, but and plus I've had some practice with, like I said, with those peers. But I don't know. I like being in control. So unless I think options for me, the way that I would use it is like on my swing trades, on my like on my swing trade, something that I may be holding longer term or something like that, then I would buy like an option. I'll do a long, I'd buy it out like maybe depending on how I felt, how long the company would take, I'd probably buy it out for like a year or maybe buy it out for like, I don't know, 6 months, however it's broken down. Yeah, the small pennies don't have options. He said the small pennies. My a friend of mine, he's like, "Why do you keep trading these penny stocks?" He's like, "Trade this," and I'm like, I trade everything. It doesn't really matter to me, but there's nothing that pays more. Everyone likes to give. Listen, bad look, penny stocks get a bad rep, and yes, I can understand. Yes, they're more volatile, they're more risky. Some of them, guys, but guys, you do realize like all these blue chip stocks, all these stocks that everyone holds so near and dear to their hearts, they were penny stocks. Every single one of them. Every nook and cranny. Every nook and cranny. Um, but not all penny stocks are equal. Like I'm not talking about the little 1 centers, 2 centers. Like something that's like, well, anything they say $5 or less than $5 is a penny stock. But I don't know. I mean, I'll take the INHD payout versus a quick $3 move on a bigger market cap. Yeah, the $3 is going to be more consistent. You shorts are less likely to tackle bigger market caps so aggressively, and I get that. But you buying at $1 and you sell at 60, you can't tell me that's not better than you know that option. So it gives the biggest opportunities. And it depends on what kind of trader you are too. I'm a day trader. So give me those. I'm not here for a long time. I'm just here for a good time. So some people confuse trading and investing all the time. They're trading and then when they're red, they want to, oh yeah, this company's been doing this for 10 years. And yeah, now you're doing all this research because you're trying to force a day trade into a swing now because you're in the red. But all psychological. All of it is psychological. Let me see. But I trade any stock. I don't really care what it is. But I'd be lying to you if I didn't say I enjoy a good mover, guys. Um, again, you saw that. What was it? We was just talking about it. The FKHO or whatever FSHO, whatever that was in after hours. Look at that move. That's give me those any day of the week. Okay, and I'll more than happily take them. How do you feel about buying the top gainer after the market close? No, I don't like doing it. It depends. I'll tell you what I mean by that, but let me fully read your comment so I understand how you feel about buying the top gainer at the aftermarket close. Are gap ups at pre-market opens consistent enough for gains? I wouldn't rely on that on a strategy because that's so generic. Like everyone thinks it's going to do that, right? So I would say it has to be worth it. And when you say buy it in the after hours, what time are you referring to? Like, are you talking about like 4:01 p.m.? or are you saying at 7:55 p.m.? Because the time matters, right? And it depends on the stock and how hot it is. And also, too, I would also say to you, if you're asking that based off of, well, the last four stocks that I saw did it, don't do that, because you go ahead on that fifth one and it's going to really piss you off if it tanks all the way down. So I say it has depends on what made it move, what's the catalyst, how is it holding its gains, how is it holding up in after hours. I would say it's fine. Me, like my little sweet spot in buying in after hours, I like to wait for like most of after hours to be done. Like I'll start looking around 6 to 8. Okay, you had all these big moves. Okay, let's see where things settling. But it has to be something that I feel actually stands a chance, not because it was moving the highest. Because you could have stocks that move with no news, no nothing. It just did it for no reason, like a little quick pump and dump. So you don't want to keep thinking that the stock is going to keep doing it. So I would say make sure it's a quality stock. That means good news, good float, good cost to borrow, good short interest, a good combination of all those things. But again, a reason to move, just a reason to move, in my opinion. But the timing of the market is also important. I would say you're let's go 750 to 8. You're late. You might be buying in on the tail end of something, right? Now, yes, there are situations where it'll stay stagnant enough for a long time, and then yes, 750 to 8 works. But you also see, I mean, let me see if I can find a good example. What was running yesterday? That FH. That, let's see. I just had the ticker. I can't remember it to save my life. Hold on. I was like, let me go on my watch list. ZCM. I said ZCMD. FXHO, right? Let's look at that one. I'm gonna share that screen real quick. Hold on. Let me put it back on. Let me make sure I got this. Yes. Look. See, I said I was leaving 3:30. It's 3:54. Trust me, guys. I don't care. However, I should, because I gotta prep lunch for my dad. But you see here, if you waited for 750 to 8, look where you're buying. You're buying in between, give or take, a low of 1228 and 1608. It's fluctuating so hard over here. So at this point, you don't even know where to buy, right? You got to hope that you buy close enough to the bottoms, which is around these 12s. But look back here. You could have got a much better price around the 10s. So again, just really, I don't wait for the last 10 minutes. If I want something badly, guys, I'll just stalk it from the sides. I'll watch where it consolidates. Okay, but a nice 10 entry somewhere. See here, it came in, tested it twice. Once here, I'm on a 5-minute chart. Once here, 10 minutes later. Okay, it's showing that it's holding here. It won't go. So you could take a nice little entry in the 10s and then just hold that down. And guess what? Whether you want to sell the following morning, maybe you don't have to, because if you get in at the right time at this 10, this is where I would have gotten it. Okay, 10s, and then look, 16 before the market closes, take it. Who cares? You're already up $6 before that closes, take it. Now, if you want to take it and maybe you scrape up a new low somewhere in the 12s and see what happens, but when you wake up, first and foremost, while we're on the subject, I think for you guys, for that question specifically, please be in a position to sell your shares at 4 in the morning. If your broker does not give you access to the market until 7, 8, 9, or 9:30, do not swing anything overnight, okay? That's just going to be my recommendation. As a matter of fact, that might have to be a rule, okay? At least for anyone paying for this platform, don't do it, okay? Especially if you know you're going to be really upset if your your stock starts to tank. I don't want to say tank and stock at the same time. So you want to make sure if you know in your heart you're going to be pissed off to wake up at 5 in the morning and see that you're under and you can't do nothing about it, don't do it. Same goes for when you're up. Do not do it if you wake up at 4 or 5. What's the point of even waking up at 4 in the morning to see the progress? You can't sell it till 7. You can't sell it till 8. You can't sell it till 9. It could be up 300%. You can't do nothing about it. You're going to be celebrating. You're going to have a good time, a good morning. But guess what? Oh yeah, 7 a.m. I'm collecting. Well, guess what? It's 5:30. Oh no, 6 o'clock lost 100% of its gains. Well, 6:30, there goes another 100%. Now you're in the red. Oh, it's still plummeting. You're deeper in the red, deeper in the red. And by the time you get to sell, now you have to pray to break even, pray to collect profits. So I'm going to tell you guys now, make sure if you are swinging into the next day, all right, make sure you have a broker that allows you to sell as early as 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please, please, trust me. Crestline, that's funny. Rigetti was my favorite. That was a reverse merger with a SPOC or something like that. Definitely with a SPOC. That's how Rigetti came into it. Rigetti was definitely that cheap. For sure. But I do have 2 more minutes here. Yes, Cyberwolf, I'm on Webull. I use Webull. There's other brokers that give access at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I just love Webull. I love their desktop, but more importantly, their mobile app, trading app is second to none. No one beats them. No one has a better app, better tools on the mobile. It's like I have my computer in my hands while I'm outside. So that I will say, no, I'm not sponsored by them, nothing like that, but I'm going to give you guys the truth. All right, so I have about a minute and a half left, guys. Again, thank you guys for taking the time out. Hopefully some people were kind of able to come in, see my personality, get to know me a little bit. If you didn't write anything, it's perfectly fine. There's no dictatorship here. Again, today is Friday. Typically, it would have been a free trading stream, but it's a holiday. The market is closed, so there was nothing to stream. I will see all members on Monday. Okay, again, members only Monday through Thursday. Fridays is Free Trade Friday. Everyone is open to come in. Okay, and whether you're a member or not, guys, if you want a really good trading tool, guys, that's going to give you key information fast. SEC, cost to borrow, short interest, all that stuff. Copy and paste my TrendVision link. It'll give you 20% off for your first 2 months. I believe the membership cost is $50. So you'll save 20% off of that for the first 2 months. You can scan the QR code. The link is also pinned to my live chat, and it's also in the description of this video as well. All right, so benefit from it. I've been testing it for 2 months, so I can speak for them proudly. It is a good tool, guys. I'm gonna end up canceling subscriptions with like FinViz, Dilution Tracker. There's like a bunch of them that I use to try to give my team the edge. Excuse me. But I will be canceling a few of them. I'm gonna have to pick which of them, but there's probably gonna be like 5, 6 that I let go because now I get all that information, which again, I broke down in this live stream. I don't remember at what timestamp. I should have looked, sorry guys, but just rewind back until you see a big black screen with information on it, and then my camera's to the right, and then you will see the breakdown of why I like TrendVision and the edge that it gives me. But yeah, other than that, what else I have for you guys? Oh, also the celebration pass holders, the 10K. Again, this pass was launched when we hit 10,000 subscribers. Just my way of giving back to the community. Also wanted to give people an opportunity to come in for a little less so they can see what's really happening there. But honestly, my number one thing was just to give back to the community, because without you guys, I would not have hit 10,000. So again, it was half off of the membership price. Membership is $49.99 a month. $1.66 a day. The 10K celebration pass is $24.99, 88 cents a day. Okay. However, it only gives you access to the live streams. Okay. So Monday through Thursday, those private live streams, you will have access to it. Okay. But it is only until July 14th at 11:59 p.m. Once it is midnight for July 15th, you will no longer have access to those streams. So if you are considering it, do realize today is July 3rd. All right. I'm just throwing that. I don't want anyone buying this thing July 13th and they're like, oh, just one day, so just want everyone to be very clear. It's also in the membership descriptions, but I like to be transparent just in case. I know how, something can be read the wrong way, or maybe we don't get it at first. Okay. So just want to make sure now. So anyone that does have a 10K pass, just a reminder of that as well. Feel free to convert over. I think you guys have seen by now, it's definitely worth the investment on the ROI. Again, we're having a really good time. What is this? We're having a really good time as a community. We're thriving, we're laughing. Again, people do take losses. That's something that can't be helped. But as long as we're keeping our losses small, it doesn't matter. And, again, we get new traders all the time. Some are less disciplined than others. Some are less structured, but that is the whole purpose of them joining. They want to be better. They will be better, right? As long as you guys buy into the system, you're following the trading guidelines, you're going through the learning center, and you're taking all the tools that I'm giving you, you'll be just fine. I don't gatekeep information. You'll have every tool that I use, every strategy, doesn't really matter. Me sharing that information with you guys is not going to stop me from securing profits at the end of the day. But again, guys, please check us out. If you guys can also give me a like, a subscribe, if you'd be so kind, guys. Would you guys be so kind? To give me that like, that subscribe, and hit that notification bell, guys. But honestly, the subscribe and the notification bell is more important to me. I know that sounds backwards, but it is, because when I'm dropping information or I do random lives like this, where we can kind of get together, I want to make sure that you guys are tapped into that as well. Rest assured, there's no scams here. There's nothing crazy going on. Trust me, I would have been reported already. Someone would have came for me a long time ago, guys, for sure. Let me see here. What is this? Make sure I'm not missing any comments or anything. Love the scanner on the phone. Yeah, man. No, yeah, the scanners is definitely phenomenal for sure. But definitely check out TrendVision, guys. Like I would say, check if you are gonna buy it. Don't pay full price, guys. Use my code, save 20% off for your first 2 months. But you'll quickly see that it's worth it anyway. So you are probably gonna end up staying just because it's a really good tool. And again, if there's anyone new, I'll share a few testimonials with you guys. From members, from inside the room, from inside the chat. And I'll go ahead and take off this banner so it's not in the way. I know some people, I don't care to do this, but I know, for some people, they just want to see it. And there's plenty more, guys, but these are real human beings that are here. Look at me with my stupid big smiling face. I think this is on that LG CL, I believe. What picture is this? Oh, sorry, I'm like, what is this? And so again, these are real people, Look at us looking at S dot when it was $45. Like, we're on top of things, guys. Before it ran to 100. Okay, we're on top of things. We're having a good time. You know, but if there's anyone that's still a little, you know, hey, is this real? Is this real people? You know, it is. No scams, no nothing, guys. I promise. No scammers, no nothing like that. Just a guy that wants to help his peers. That's all. There's no other ulterior motive for it. Again, you guys can go to my playlist. You can go see, you know, members, their success stories, you know, their profits, my profits, whatever it is that you want to look at. But what I can say is, you know, we're a good group of people. We support each other. We hold each other down. We're positive. We don't do the trolling. We don't have time. We don't laugh at people losing money. Like, that's all of that is nonsense. That is not our community. We get better. We secure profits. We take advantage of our opportunities. And, you know, we just try to become better traders every day. All right. So I have no more comments here. The time now is 4:07, still a little behind, but that's okay. I'm going to go head out, guys. Take care of my dad. I thank you guys for tuning in with me, and I will see all members, 10K pass holders, as well as BTT members. I will see you guys on Monday, 6 a.m. sharp. And yes, if I wake up early, I will start the stream much earlier, so that way the transcripts and the squawk is available to you as well, which is also provided now by TrendVision. So please use that discount code if you want it. All right. Peace.